Hey, we're back for another season of When Marriage and Purpose Collide.
We're here to inspire and encourage Christian singles who are striving to date with a desire and purpose for marriage.
We will provide you with thought-provoking hot topics that not only challenge your thinking, but can encourage you in your single season.
We speak about topics like this all the time. We're just taking you along for the ride.
So sit back and join us. On to the episode. Hey y'all, it's another episode.
Yo.
Hey y'all, it's another episode.
Ooh. There you go.
What's up? It's the last episode.
Number 10.
Of the season 4 of When
Marriage and Purpose
Collide. The podcast.
Messed that all up. For the last episode, just for you guys.
It's all right. I'm excited to be back.
Yeah.
Are you excited that we're ending season 4 and that we'll be heading into season 5 in the new year?
Well, I'm not excited about ending, but starting another season.
Yeah.
Every season we've been upgrading, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'm excited about just the new ideas we've been getting and how we've been flowing and all the new things we got coming up in 2024.
Yep. And we're actually doing something different compared to the other times because our last episodes are usually recaps. Right.
They're normally recaps.
This time we recaps with questions.
And we could kind of recap if we remember any of the I mean, not like that, but we could mention some of the episodes.
Sure, we can mention. I am not putting no videos.
Anyway, so before we get into our confessions, what'd you say?
I said I'm not putting no videos in then.
Videos. Oh goodness. Before we get into our confessions, which will go into our questions. We're going to talk about that. So if you all are interested in being guests on the podcast, holla at us. We would love to meet you and have you on the podcast.
Yep.
We're accepting men and women, couples, married couples. If y'all been divorced, hey, come on through. You know, if you have a story, if you're a single person and walking in your purpose and you're dating nowadays and you just want to chat about how things are going out there in this world, holla at us too.
Yeah.
Like we're open for that. And we're just trying some things new. So look out for the next season. So if you want to be guests, make sure you hit the link in this description and contact us.
Hit the link in the bio.
Link. All right. And then also in 2024, we got something new that DJ and I are going to do.
It's brewing.
We cannot tell you. We are working behind the scenes on something epic, something huge, something big. And it's going to be big for us, actually. Y'all know we are actually, when we say it, we're running a business together.
Yep.
So with that being said, it's a lot of ideas that are flowing not only from myself but from him as well, and we're coming together to bring y'all something fresh and new. So stay tuned for that. You might see something by the end of the year, just as a sneak peek or a promo of that, but stay tuned. All right.
Yep.
And also just to let y'all know is drum roll please.
I nothing drum on.
I don't know what you was doing over here. That was not a drum.
Spazzing out. You can't hear it. So good.
Yeah. So you all know I am a purpose and relationship coach. I am passionate about helping single Christian women cultivate relationships that lead to long-lasting love and commitment. What? And so right now I'm doing a special on my dating with confidence and clarity strategy sessions. A special, y'all got to get in because in the new year, the prices is going to go up. So what it is, it's a one-on-one session with your girl for an hour, right? And basically we're going to get some clarity in all the frustration you've been dealing with and how it's going to lead to a fulfilling dating season, right? Because I want you to date not only just because you want to find your husband, but also I want it to be fun too, right? So how do we get there? We're going to talk about it. I'm going to really work with a personalized strategy to help you navigate this dating world. So if you need something to take with you and to pinpoint and to serve as a blueprint for your dating season, I'll offer that to you. Also, I'm tired. I don't want you to waste your time no more with these fruitless, dating that's been happening right now. Man. It's not it. I don't want you to I don't want you to feel like you're wasting your time, but there's ways to help you not waste your time, right? And to make sure that you're headed in a God-centered relationship. So we're going to talk about that. And I want you to also present your authentic self. I don't want you having no other ways about you presenting someone else, when you're dating. And how do you present your authentic self to the guy that you're dating? And then I want you to ultimately become confident and empowered in your journey before marriage. So we're going to talk about that. I know you're like, that's a whole hour. Yes, it's an hour, because I'm going to customize it for what you want and what you need in that hour. I'm not going to talk about stuff that you're not that you don't need right now for, because somebody else might need something else, right? You know that you need something specific. If it's just dealing with communication, well, sis, we're going to talk about communication. If it's just dealing with, what questions should I ask? Well, we're going to focus more on the questions you should ask in the early dating phase. So things like that is what we're going to have. And yeah, I'm excited. Any season you're in, if you're on pause, if you are just exploring, if you are exclusively dating, or if you are engaged, this is for you. All right. Link in the description for that. And last but not least is in January, I'll be releasing Before the Husband Journey group coaching session. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna have a lot of more info for y'all. So make sure you just continue.
All right.
Hey, what you got going on? That's like
I will be taking care of the kids.
No, and, we working on our dream.
I got put on some Christmas lights.
Oh, you are?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Wait, here or somewhere else?
Right downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Are we putting up the tree this year?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Who wants to put up the tree for us? What? How about that? I would. Okay, I probably wouldn't pay for somebody to come put up the tree.
Either we put it up or don't. I ain't paying nobody for that.
I just don't. I don't feel like doing it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, it's not even that. It's just I think because we're not going to be here during the Christmas time. Yeah. I don't even know if it's worth putting it up right now.
Yeah.
And and literally we have one house on the block with Christmas stuff up. Really? Everybody else is dark.
Wow.
I don't know what that means, but hey.
We Christmas with the cranks over here.
That was in my head the whole time. Christmas with the cranks. The only thing is we ain't going on no cruise.
We ain't going on no cruise, and we ain't got a daughter that's coming out of town from college.
No, she went to
it was an internship or a study abroad or something?
Yeah, okay. But it was I forgot who they call me, like humanitarian thing.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Something peace
right.
Corps. Peace Corps.
Exactly.
She went to Peace Corps and came back with
Enrique. If you like watch that movie, yo, that's the movie. That's just jump starts my Christmas. That movie. Yes.
I just happened to watch it.
Christmas with the Cranks, this Christmas, Home Alone, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Those are the jump starters of Christmas. Everything else, I could have it, but
no Bruce Willis. That's a Christmas movie.
Moving on, babe. What's the next segment that we normally start with that you would like to go ahead and tell the folks?
Don't put me on the spot like that.
It's confessionals. Did you want to start off with yours since I was talking a lot?
Well, my confession, as you can see, you can't see, or you can't see if you're listening, I have my Daddy Claus shirt on, and it was pointed out to me that this shirt I wore for Delea's
baby shower.
Baby shower.
Yes.
And I forgot all about that. I pull this out every Christmas time. Now.
Every Christmas time, and it fits.
It came to the point. Yeah, it do fit.
I mean, because you don't wear it a lot either, so you only wear it when it's Christmas.
Yeah, only when it's Christmas time. That's when I wear it. And she'd be like, "Why you got that on?" Because it's Christmas and Daddy need to be here.
Yep, and Daddy need to be here. And it was a Christmas themed baby shower.
Mm-hmm.
It was very nice.
Wait, that was the one me and my daddy and Rodney went to when we was all looking like, "Why are we here?"
What'd y'all go get?
What do you mean? What we go get?
What you mean?
We were just sitting there at the table.
Oh, you mean y'all was just sitting at the baby shower? Okay,
and we was like, "Why are we here?"
Because y'all need to be there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we
use the pappy.
I didn't have to speak not one word. I was just there.
You should have.
Nah.
Anyway, but it was great. And so she is going on 6 and you still have the sweatshirt. So says a lot. Says a lot.
All the way until she's 18. Yes. This thing gonna be worn out. I got it on Amazon, just to let you know. Anyway, what's yours?
My confession is I want to send my deepest apologies.
What?
For that day that it seemed like everything was going downhill in the house as far as fixing stuff. It was like the crazy most fixing this day.
I'm trying to remember what day. What you talking about?
I don't know. It was a Saturday. I don't know what day of the week. It might have been a Saturday or what.
Was it last Saturday?
No, it was some Saturdays ago.
Okay.
But I think it was whatever piping downstairs.
Oh.
You had to do, and then you had to come up here and do the I think something happened with the dishwasher.
Oh yeah.
It might have been the washer downstairs I asked you to do.
It was,
and then
it was
the stove.
Basically, almost all the appliances except for the microwave. I forgot about that. So it was the pipe that needed to be fixed. I kind of fixed that. I mean, it's working right now. So that, and then the washing machine wasn't doing right, so got that going. And then the dishwasher that was messing up, and cleaned that out. And that was even a part of the thing. It was actually the sink. Because it
was a sink.
Yeah, so cleaned out the sink. I just did the dishwasher because it was next to it. And then what else was going on? Was that the same day I went outside and did the leaves and stuff?
Yes.
And then and then we did the burning.
Yep.
All within. I didn't have no rest.
It was a lot. It was a lot going on that weekend or day or whatever. And
this was fresh off of
so
the stove. I forgot about the stove.
That's what I was saying, the stove. So the honeydew list was honeydoing. Okay. And it was like everything that could be done, it was just you had to either we call somebody or you. So
ain't nobody.
But I just want to say that I'm thankful for you, babe. So thank you for taking care of all the things in the house.
Talking about smoke, and there's a lot of smoke
because it was a lot going on.
It was grease.
It was so much going on in the house.
You should tell them why it was grease down there.
I ain't telling them why it was grease. That's not the point. The point is that you fixed it.
I mean, the way I fixed the stove too, I had to take the whole thing out, scrub everything. I took the door off.
Yeah.
All because I saw TikTok on how to take the door off. But anyway, I had to take the door off, scrub everything. The pan, I had to take that apart. It was a lot.
It was a lot, but
it was basically because it was grease droplets inside of it.
Yeah, it was that and everything else, and the kids and just stuff. And
the kids were doing the most too.
So,
that's because she was Coffee McGee.
Anyway, so that was my confession. So thanks, babe, for doing that. I don't even know if it was a confession.
I'm glad you didn't tell me that beforehand. You was like, I'll tell you when we do this. Now I remember all that.
Brought stress back on your brain.
I was tired that day. Super tired.
So that's all I have.
You're welcome.
So what are we talking about today, babe?
So we got questionnaires.
Questionnaires?
No, sorry.
Ask
Q&A.
Q&A. Ask us anything. Type of.
Which we'll still answer questions if you put them in the comments.
Yeah, we'll still answer. Yeah, we'll still answer questions
on all the platforms.
If you still email us and we got questions, like some of y'all probably have some questions. Y'all in a relationship, or you just want somebody to help you through something. We don't mind.
I get some advice.
Yeah. So we don't mind. He'll coach you through it.
I don't know about coaching.
That's
I'll get you there.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
About coaching when you call these. Okay, anyway.
question number
Oh
one.
my goodness, babe, you yelling at them in the mic. They're gonna be in their car and you gonna cause them to do.
Okay. Question number one.
So question we got. So basically, we asked folks and they gave us some questions, and so and people, we put a call out. Hey, y'all got questions? Come on. So we just gonna read them off of how we got them. All right. So you can paint the visuals behind the scene, but we just gonna figure out what
The
we do.
visuals.
I don't know. So go ahead. What's the question? First one.
What was your biggest challenge in dating?
You can go first.
No, I asked the question. You do it.
No, because I gotta think about my answer.
No, we were trying to debate is it dating between us,
Okay,
or just dating in general, and
I think we said.
dating in general.
Oh, did we did? Okay, I didn't know if we landed on anything.
Because I didn't have challenges with you.
Yes, you did.
Not like that.
It did.
I'll answer both ways.
The biggest challenge in dating.
Yeah, biggest. Yeah. Anyway, my biggest challenge was actually trying to get a relationship in a way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the times I did, it was more like trying to find somebody that was compatible, or be compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, be compatible is like I'm forcing them.
I want you to be
compatible.
There you go, yelling in the people's ears again.
My bad. I'm sorry, people. I'm a little hype. I had an energy drink 5 hours ago. Anyway, that was my biggest challenge in dating, was
finding people that were compatible.
Yeah.
Finding people that you had the same values and shared. When you say, that's what I'm trying to break down compatibility.
Well, same values. Actually, be somewhat weird like me. And
so goofy, funny looking.
Are you funny looking?
No, I'm not. Sometimes they say opposites attract. Get your hand off me.
As she's laughing. Oh, my bad. As she's laughing. Anyway.
Oh gosh, I am laughing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of anything else with that.
I mean, we discussed a lot of those in our seasons. So the challenges that you had with dating.
Yeah.
So if you have not, you should check some episodes out.
Man, I got stories.
He has some stories on
if you want to ask those, I got stories.
Yeah. So I mean, we're here. So
okay.
He said if you want to ask us, like somebody's right there. Did you want to share a challenge? Or if you just want to
let's see. Dated someone who was Mormon, and that was what?
I don't remember that.
I thought I told you about that.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't, I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did.
Okay, you dated somebody that was Mormon. Okay.
Yeah, but she was Mormon, and it wasn't gonna work out because we talked about relationship and how it'll look going to two different churches. So I was like, it ain't gonna work because I'm going to mine and you're going to yours.
You was gonna be wearing white with that black tie, walking around to people's houses.
No, I wasn't. I was not about to do that. I was like, we gonna have to figure something out. I'm not leaving mine. Wow.
Them black slacks.
Right. So I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. There's somebody that possibly was atheist.
Really?
Yeah, they might as well have been atheists. And that was not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Challenges. Well, the biggest challenge I had to overcome was just starting to date. When I knew that was the thing I needed to do in order to be married. So, which is the reason I started what I started, as far as coaching and things. But that was the biggest hurdle because I had to get out of my head and just go and just start. So I'm thankful for my friend. She knows who she is, that helped me with online dating journey for that. But the thing is, I guess, was finding someone that I thought that we could go further with. And I've just found out that he just has some nuances about him and some red flags that popped up. And I'm like, I cannot. So it on paper, it looks great. His conversation was great until you got to the conversation. And one of the situations was he was like, I don't believe in paying tithes. And he was a whole minister, and all the things. And
He's like, I'm not about to
yeah.
give nobody my money.
So it was that, and then I remember him saying that they kicked him off staff at a church, and this was the first time, this is the first date, and he told me all
Oh,
this.
number one.
Number one, and I was like,
I mean,
I so just dealing with situations like that, and then yeah, so that was the frustrating part.
yeah.
Was trying to sift it out, thinking that he would be great, and then getting to the date, and it ain't great. So
I just have the other challenge dealing with mentally unstable people. I'll put it like that. I was going to say crazy, but
yeah,
crazy could be a bad word.
it can be, and
Yeah,
you said in the last episode, so
crazy.
I want to tell you about that. Can you go to the timer though? Make sure because we could spend days on this subject, and we got to move on.
Oh man, whole 21 minutes. Anyway.
Okay. All right. Next question that was
biggest challenge. Cut you off. Biggest challenge in marriage, balance outside of
cutting people off when they try to say something.
pandemic.
What? That was the answer. You weren't supposed to read that part.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I don't know who that is.
You ain't seen I forgot the movie.
Biggest challenge in marriage.
Anchorman.
So he didn't read the answers to the question that I put on
Well,
there.
I'm reading everything that's on the teleprompter.
You know, for me, that's my answers.
Go
so
ahead.
It's the balance of being a wife, a mom, and just life. I think finding that balance, and honestly, there never is really a perfect balance. I found out. So we could have balance in everything, but you're never going to be perfect in it. So you got to find whatever weight. It's like a piece of pie. So whatever category on that, whatever the weight is, whatever the need is most, you're going to have to go to that area. Something is always going to be off, and you can't never have everything balanced. So I think learning that was a challenge, and still making sure that our marriage stays intact. With the trials that we've been through, like the stuff that we had to go through with me switching jobs and all that, like it was a lot for us to intake, but we still we still made sure that we were connected on all those ways yeah, in that was the most important. But that was, I would say, would be the challenges that we had. Like it was when everything goes up, and it's like you had loss in the family, you got sickness, you had all the things going on. It was like, how do we keep us alive?
I
So
think the biggest one with the balance was, it was more like, and it goes along with that my answer, which was outside influences. To keep the balance was more like, yeah, you're going through things too, which is still affecting me, but I have to be more calm, which I'm already like that anyway, more calm with situations, so you can basically go through it, not like, oh, you go through it, I'm gonna be cool. It was more like, you go through it, but also know that, like, I can bring you back out of that, because it's okay, this is things that needs to be done, but don't worry about it, let you do that, I'll go take care of this while you got these things going on, or we both got these things going on, but at least one of us is like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and take care of this real quick, because I know what you got going on, and it's important. None like, oh man, that's your side. And nothing like that. It was more like, okay, let me pick up the slack over here.
And noticing that and being aware of that, I think too.
And see, my answer was outside influences, because that can be.
What are outside influences? Can you describe that? Because I'm thinking of airplanes and automobiles. So can you?
All right.
Well, what is it? What's the
well, what I mean by that is, if you think about automobiles, sometimes the car be breaking down. I got to take care of that. I mean, I'm just saying.
But say what you mean.
Mine is more of like, just people want to comment or say something, or they got their own version of what our marriage should look like, or what we should be doing with, to say we doing with the kids and stuff. And no, it's not just the parents, but it's other people too. But just, I have to protect myself, but also protect you from those things.
You be protecting me?
Yeah.
I know you do. I just wanted to ask that.
Are you protecting me?
No, but you do that very well. You do it very well. And sometimes I tell you, I had to be comfortable with telling you when I reach the limit.
Yeah.
And when I cannot pour out anymore. Just like the other day. I just text you. I was like, I can't. It's too much going on. It's too much going on. And then more went on.
More.
After I said it was too much going on. But I realized, and just to kind of wrap this up, because again, we could keep going on.
Yeah.
It was and I said it before on this podcast, where I had to realize that you are not my savior.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean I cannot tell you what's going on. But I have to realize that once I tell you, that's not it. It's still me going to worship. So like right after that, I put on some worship music and I just went into prayer and worship and just like, God, I need you. Still stuff happened after that, but I was in a better spot to where I wasn't broken down, to where I could shut it, because I could shut down. I'm prone to shutting down when I feel like it's too much.
You wasn't in prayer by yourself. You asked me to pray, so I was in there praying too.
I know you was. You was. So
next question.
Yes.
What do you do when you notice your spouse is feeling down?
Kind of discussed that just a minute ago. But for you, honestly, I don't be knowing when you're feeling down. I know when you had a hard day.
Yeah.
Because I can sense it, and you'll tell me like today was a lot. I had to do a lot at the job, kind of deal. But I don't know like when you're actually like down. I know when you need a break, and I know when you need some mind time. And I know when you need to have some, time to yourself because of a hard day.
Yeah.
Or because of the kids. Or so I take that load off you. Even if it's your day to cook, I'll just be like, you know what, I'll figure it out. I'll work it out. I know sometimes when you say like you have a lot, like I'll see your stressful moments when you have a lot going on in your brain. And I'm just like, okay, what can we, I try to take something off of the plate for you. Because I think we put on men so much responsibility. It's so much that you have as a responsibility. And I'm thankful for that. But also, we can still help out with that, with some stuff. It doesn't have to be so much pressure.
Yeah.
You still might feel it, but I don't want you to have to feel that much pressure.
You've been dating for a while now, but you still feel a little uneasy about how you've both been communicating. Sometimes it feels off and you both aren't on the same page. It's hard to be consistent. You find it difficult to bring up hard and awkward conversations, and you feel like there hasn't been any true resolution to your conflict. So listen, I've been there. It's not that you aren't communicating. More than likely, it's the way you are communicating. Before DJ and I were married, we were told to communicate as a piece of advice. But how? So we developed a check-in system that helped us be vulnerable, open up, and build intimacy before marriage. Our new check-in cheat sheet, The Communication Game Changer, is available now at www.lucretiahaley.com. That's www.lucretiahaley.com. And it's just for $4.99. Change the way you communicate before and after you say, I do.
So,
I guess you can answer that.
I think for me, yours is a little bit more seen. I usually, like I said with the last question, I take it, whatever that needs to be done, or I know that what will help you is a clean spot to be in.
Yes.
Which is difficult because it seems like every day, because we sit and clean that living room 24/7 and it'll still end up messed up. Like
all the way messed up.
I think one day I had the living room clean like 4 or 5 times before you came home within 2 hours. I'm like, how's this living room doing like this? It's because some kids.
Them kids.
Love them kids, but they be messy.
They're messy.
But they cleaning. They just put stuff right back.
Yeah. So
I know what I try to do is one, try to have an area for you to go in.
Feel like I'm a
right
a dog.
A nice little area, nice little clean mat, clean pallet, some food, waters.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying to stay away from junk food, but you normally used to you give me a lot of.
I only do the junk food, and that's only during a certain time. That's the only time I'm like, it's that time. Let me go to the store. Let me get your favorite M&Ms.
I've taught you well, my son.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I need something sweet and salty.
I do.
Let me
I
go
be
get
needing
these
something.
M&Ms.
I need some peanut wings.
No, that's only special occasions. That's when it's no. The upgrade from that is the sunflower seeds, ranch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sunflower seeds. So yeah, I was very appreciative that you did that day though.
Oh, last time, yeah. I just had I think I was just in there. I was just like, oh, they got some sunflower seeds.
And
Let
I
me
was
grab
thinking,
these.
I was like, he's gonna snack. He's probably not gonna get sunflower seeds.
Came back with some
And I
sunflower.
was like, he came back with sunflower seeds.
It
Oh
wasn't
my
the
mind.
jumbo bag though,
Yeah,
but you still tore them up.
I sure did. No, I still got some left too.
I know.
All right. Next question.
I wasn't done, but go ahead.
Oh, you wasn't. Well, we gotta.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Yeah.
If y'all got questions about that, down below.
You asked that question because it sounds weird for me to say my name.
Does Lucretia make your plate for dinner? You can answer it.
So I'm assuming this question is from what's been said in the social medias on Obama's internet.
I would say the time she does do it is if I'm having a bad day and I don't feel like getting up, and she'll probably do it then.
Mm-hmm.
Or definitely maybe during the outing. But other than that, nah, I gotta get that myself.
How do you feel about getting it yourself?
I don't care because you already know I'm gonna get what I want.
I remember you used to, we would be in line in the dinner line on family occasions or whatever, and you just be up there just packing your plate down and all the stuff. So I really don't think you had a problem with it. And honestly,
At all.
I don't know. I know because the talk is like, it's based off your relationship. And I do think it is based off the relationship. And if you talked about that with your spouse or before y'all got married or whatnot, if that's the expectation. But honestly, I think some of y'all is too serious out there.
You make my plate before the oh wait, no, you make the kids' plate before you make me.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. I saw that video. I was like, out of control. He went off.
I mean, I get it if you got that kind of household where it's like men on top, you feed me first.
And I think, well, and it's like he's the breadwinner. He's out there like the back in the day, or even in the back day when they went hunting and looking for food, and you at the house with the kids. And so, it's that concept of better have my food ready kind of deal. So again, he sit at the table. Some women feel like he's done so much. I want to do that, which I get.
Now I will say there was a certain order where when not you.
Oh.
There was a certain order when we went to my grandpa's house. Is the women would go get their food first, and then the men, and then the kids.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was always like that, and we would be looked at weird if any of us went up there first.
Oh, you mean the women? I thought you meant, okay, I got it. The women serves you your food. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
they go up, get their food first, and then the men, and then the kids.
Oh, okay, interesting.
That was the rules. I was like, all right, cool.
So that was your grandpa's house?
Yep. Women go first, men, kids. It wasn't men and women.
So you was a part of the men.
I was part of the kids.
You was part of the kids because you was younger.
Yep.
Okay.
And it didn't matter if I was part of the men because I was still younger than everybody.
Still younger.
So like, yeah, we still went last, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I just think so no, I don't. Very occasionally I'll do it. If I know he's busy doing something, he's working or something, I'll make his plate or something like that. Save some on the side. So, but
you brought it recently when I was over here doing stuff on the computer. He was like, "Hey, you gonna come eat, or I bring it to you?"
Yep.
It's like, "Yeah, you can bring it to me."
Yeah,
I enjoy them times.
Yeah,
you can bring it.
Moving on. You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So the next question sent by someone was, how would you suggest implementing a new system or rule in your relationship that your spouse doesn't like? How would you suggest implementing it?
Hey, it's your girl Lucretia Haley, speaker, author, and purpose and relationship coach. Can I speak to you for a bit? When it comes to relationships, finances, career switches, life transitions, and dealing with you, it does seem like a ton of work. You've been struggling with your next move in life or hitting a season of unknown, and some of you may feel like you are broken beyond repair. And it's gotten a little chaotic. Can I tell you something? Life will always be filled with chaos. You cannot run away from what is going on in this world and what you are hit with. You can control how purposeful you are once you wake up in the morning and start your day. It is a choice. Maybe in your prayer time and reflection, God has been telling you exactly what to do, and you've still been stagnant. Or maybe you just don't even know where to start. In Finding Purpose Within the Chaos, 14-day journal workbook, you will hit 14 target areas in your life that may be keeping you from pressing go. Whether you are in these dating streets, needing to set boundaries at work, mending close relationships with close friends or relatives, or even overcoming procrastination, it's time to put in the work and take action. Let me help you with Finding Purpose Within the Chaos. It's now available on Amazon. Link in the description. Love y'all. Bye.
Well, we've been doing our check-ins. That's how we suggest it. Even if we like it or not, we don't go, out the way. Like, I know you ain't gonna like this, so I'm gonna tell you. It's more like, hey, we need to talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about whatever in the check-in. Trying to think what was
one of the ones that we still have not cleared up yet. So it's going to be on the next check-in. Because we have goals to plan and we have okay, so here's the thing with us is that we have to make sure that we got business stuff and personal goals set. And so that's been trying to navigate the nuances between both have been tricky because we have business goals, but we still got to survive out here in these streets as a family and make sure our goals are set for the kids and for our family outings, for date nights, for all those things. But then also we have all these great ideas for business. So plans and procedures and rules have changed because now how much time are you spending on all those things? So the next check-in, because we still have to plan our 2024 out. We've
been trying to do this dang vision board
for the longest
since August.
Yeah, we tried, and it just didn't pop off like. Well,
I think the times when we actually was like trying to do it is either kids were sick, some pop up, some happen, a car situation. It was a lot.
Yeah, and so
we just forgot, and
we just forgot.
You saying it now, I remember we were supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, and that was just really the vision board for the year. But then also we just haven't talked about, and usually we talk about it before the new year starts.
Well, that's the thing. We usually talk about it when we do the vision board.
Yeah. So the vision, but I'm not too concerned about the vision board as much as I am about
I want to go back and look at the one we did because a lot of stuff we had on there. We did.
Yeah, true.
Remember, I got the SUV on there. Guess what we got?
SUV.
It ain't the SUV I wanted,
but we got one.
But it's the SUV I wanted.
So, how you implement it is you talk about why it's important
in a structured way, please.
In a structured way, like there's some stuff I have to bring to you, and like we both don't plan well
at all.
We are just horrible.
I'm terrible.
But I'm the planner in the not planning well.
She's better than me.
And so I have to have structure in order to plan. So that's why I put structures in plan. I don't like it because I'm so out there, but I know we need it. And so we have a calendar out there, but I want him to get to a point to where he has tasks set up for when he does the tech part of the back end of the podcast. And you was like, I need a checklist. I need something. I told you that, we could start doing systems and stuff, but it's gonna feel like work.
And that's why
And that's when
automatically
you
I was just
almost
like, yeah, I think I just
because that's what we do when we got to use a project. We're gonna have to use a project management tool in order to help us both out.
Well, the thing, one, yes, it does feel like work, and two, a lot of times when I do the tech stuff, it like I have the groundwork set up, but it never is the same. Like there's changes here and there, and this, so automatically checklists would go out the window. Like
No, it wouldn't.
well, last time definitely.
No, but you still need the essential stuff to know
That's
all
already
that's all that goes in.
That's what I'm saying. That was already in place. I wouldn't even need that unless I'm doing something new.
The new project we got coming up in January, we're gonna need.
That's going to be something new. So,
and I think you should still have it because in case we need somebody to assist us with it, we could just give them what we do.
They ain't gonna be assistant. I got it. Anyway,
see, this is why we have to have our check-ins because clearly
I don't got it. Go.
I'm not exactly. I'm trying to be a non-hands. We need a virtual assistant or somebody. So
you looking?
I'm looking at the camera because I know y'all out there
scouting the internet.
All right. I don't know if we answered that question. We did the best we could. You want to get the next one?
Yeah. What could you do if you notice your spouse prayer life has changed in such a way that they don't pray? Oh, you want me to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, you can start off.
So I think things you can do, because once you start noticing that and they're not praying and stuff like that, is talk about it. And sometimes it takes some praying, but talk about what's the cause of it. And also don't stop your prayer life because of that. Because you never know, it could be anything, could be something that's mentally happening. It could be something that's health-wise that's happening, where it's causing mental thoughts and everything. You never really know until you actually start talking to them about it. Sometimes they don't want to talk to you about it, but if it's your spouse, you should know what's happening.
The fact that you notice, the
big. Fact that you notice, that means you know that something's going on.
Yeah.
But you still got to realize it's still another person, and you just have to be patient.
Yeah. And we have to understand what Satan's goal is to try to get your spouse to go away from what we know is to have a closer relationship with God. Like we already know that if your spouse stops praying, then what else can happen? Which means that other influences can engage them, and whatever that can be can cause a temptation, can cause all the things that are feeding them that's not going to help in the relationship. So it is a flag, to be like, okay, I need to pray for my spouse right now. That's when you go into prayer for them. That's what it is. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You can intercede for them. The Bible talks about that, how the Holy Spirit can intercede for somebody else. So, and in essence, you have to intercede for them so that they can still be, you can still be whole with one another together. And so, yeah.
I would definitely say, do not beat them up for it.
Yeah, that's what I was going
to say. Chastise them for it. Do not, punish them for it, because I've seen times where you got one spouse who's not praying and basically stopped, and then there's the other spouse is more like, oh, better, this and that, and you're making it worse. Like you're adding to whatever trauma they got going on, because it could be church hurt, it could be some family wise, it could be anything that's like really causing them to question a lot, and you're adding to it.
And you can ask them,
treat them as a newcomer at church.
And say,
like,
okay,
they just parked in, and
exactly.
I just got invited.
It's like, tell me how you came to to this.
So how'd you get here?
How'd you get here? Let me know.
Show them love.
You got to show them love and grace. You have to give them grace, because they still are your spouse, and there's still a form of respect and love you have to give to them. So,
and I can go on with that.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So I would say grace with them and to pray for them. There's more I want to say to that, but
How can you tell your spouse you need them to do more around the house or with the kids?
Tell
That's what I was thinking too. I
them.
mean, there's really no
Next. No.
right. There's really no easy way.
It's really no easy way. Again,
Hey, I need you to.
it's the way to that you present it. I think a lot of these questions and a lot of what it's how you present it to them. The context behind it, because it could be in a real stressful week, a stressful month, a lot of things happening, and you notice the house is just a lot of things aren't being done no more.
And see, if you was having check-ins like we keep telling y'all,
I mean,
you got this discussion.
really, the check-ins are bi-weekly.
Every week or bi-weekly.
Yeah, the check-ins are bi-weekly, and basically it helps you uncover all these areas. But honestly, with the check-ins, you have to be transparent and honest and vulnerable. All those are different.
Mm-hmm.
Honesty is different than transparency. Transparency is different than vulnerability. Like, all those are different areas that you have to attack and be able to say up front. So you could do a check-in all day, but if you are not honest in how you feel, it's not going to work.
I mean, one person listen, respond, listen to the response, respond back, listen, not just hear.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. I hear it.
Actively listening.
Yeah,
you nodding, you saying okay, like you're listening, all that, and you're repeating back what that person said. It should be reflection, right, of that. So,
go ahead.
Okay, so tell them, check in often. Somebody wrote in and said, "What can I do if I don't feel heard by my spouse?"
Yeah, I just said it.
When we are having an altercation.
We're having well, I was saying listening.
Oh,
but
if I don't feel heard by my spouse, when we are having an altercation.
Well, that's the problem. You having an altercation, you're trying to sit there and be heard at the same time.
You can't be heard with an altercation.
It's like you're trying to get jumped and talk at the same time. It ain't gonna work.
An altercation is just altercation is huge, depending on what that means.
Yeah, that means y'all both need to go ahead, calm down somewhere.
Yeah.
If you need to be one in the house and the other one in the living room or something.
Yeah. And a lot of it is, honestly, if this altercation keeps coming up, something is not being resolved.
Yeah.
It's never just the tomatoes. I used to do I say that. Okay. I used to teach personal and professional development class, and I taught. It was so funny because I'm newly married, teaching about relationships, so it was very interesting. But what I would do is there's a scenario I would bring about how I send you to go get a list. Send you with a list of things to go get from the grocery store. But if you don't put on the list the exact thing, brand, size, ounce, whatever, you're open for free game on what to choose if you are out there for the husband to go get anything. Right.
I would get what you put on there. If you didn't give me the brand name cereal, you're gonna come back with Cheerios.
Yes.
O's.
And so
not Cheerios.
So I use the tomatoes as an example because I remember one time, I think we were having tacos and you went and got the grape tomatoes.
Oh yeah, cut them up.
For the tomatoes. And I'm like, who does that? Like,
I didn't see the tomatoes.
And so you brought the other tomatoes. And so
I could have got iced.
Because I still have frustrations about whatever we were going through, I got a little bit mad, not only about the tomatoes, but also something else that had happened that I never resolved with you that was going on. And so the anger came up a little bit more aggressive because it wasn't just about the tomatoes.
And men be mad confused. Like, all I did was bring tomatoes and you over there talking about what happened 12 months ago.
Exactly. So resolve the issue. So that means some of y'all have to go into the therapy room. The war closet. The war room and the therapy room need to be had.
Both of that.
Get your closet, clean your closet out. If you haven't seen War Room, go see it. Go get it.
She had a big war room.
Huh?
That was a big war room.
Was it? It was a closet.
I'm just saying.
And they had, in the movie, they were kind of well off. So they had lots of rooms.
Make me a war room.
You can. You have to really make it though, for real.
It's gonna be in the bathroom.
You already worn in there.
That's what
with your remote. I mean your remote. Your
Jeez. Anyway.
Okay, this one is for you, DJ.
I've been dating.
I was gonna read it off.
Yeah, go ahead.
So because you the way you see.
No, I've been dating.
I've been dating my girlfriend for 6 to 8 months. How do I know when I'm ready to marry her?
Well, in my head, I said, well, you should have already been trying to get married in the first place. But, that's the whole, what's the word I'm looking for?
Action plan? I don't know.
That's the action plan. We'll
yeah,
go like that.
Yeah.
But within 6 to 8 months, how do you know? If you got to ask that question and you're not seeing anything, and that should automatically be a no.
If you said not seeing anything?
Yeah.
If you're saying anything, I don't know if it was
seeing anything, because
okay.
and that's the questions that's usually asked. Like, how would I know? How would I know?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you wouldn't know until you get to that certain point. Like, you know what? I could see myself with her forever. Forever. I don't want her with nobody else, and not a obsessive, keep kind of situation. It's more like I could see myself not going nowhere and being here, and I know for sure that she's feeling that in a certain way, because a lot of times women ain't gonna unless they tell you straight out, like, hey, let's get married. Y'all have that conversation.
In 6 to 8 months, that's a long time for you. Like you said, I agree.
Yeah,
like you should have known from month 3, like whether or not month 2 really.
Well, the plan,
you know what I'm saying?
the plan is, the whole plan is to get married anyway. So you should already been in your head, like, all right, this is what I'm trying to do. Let's see if she checks these boxes. Now, if you get to 6 to 8 months and she's far exceeded that, she's everything you wanted and more. She's doing things where it wasn't even on your list, and you just like, you know what, she's it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should have that question if you feel like she's not into that, if that makes sense. Like it's still questionable if
she's not interested in being married.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you like, there's certain questions she's ducking and dodging, then I don't think I don't think she's ready.
If you haven't got clarity.
Yeah, if there's no clarity, but if there's already a discussion had, like, she wants to get married, and say, oh, what it look like for us to get married, and some women, but either way, by 6 to 8 months, you should know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're down 2 years, 7 years down, and you still don't know, I think it's just time to go ahead and let that go, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know, because that means something else. It's got to be some flags that come up and you're dismissive of, or you're dismissing it.
Y'all just comfortable
with just not trying to be intentional.
Yeah.
And that's how other stuff happens when you're not intentional. So thank you for answering that question for him. Hey, sir, hope you out there. You didn't give us your name, so anonymous. I think you want to keep it anonymous because, that was serious.
I mean, we want that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
How healed is healed enough for courtship?
We kind of discussed this a little bit on our last episode of safe.
Or how does he feel safe with me?
Yes, thank you. Woo, episode 9. Does he feel safe with me? We kind of talked about.
I might make that a thumbnail.
No, don't do that. Find something else. Get somebody else to do it.
Somebody else to do it. Okay.
How healed is healed enough for courtship? So you said you want to come with a different angle at this one, right?
Hot potato.
What?
The way you just tossed that to me. Hey, here you go.
Because you said something and I was like,
well, yeah, because it goes on what I said before. Like, you could still be healed from something else, and then when you get in a relationship with somebody, you're not healed in the thing that they're looking for. Or you might be healed in the thing they're looking for, but the other thing you still hold on to. Like, you're never going to be healed completely. And
that's Jesus. And what I said too was that a lot of times you're looking to make sure that person doesn't spark up any triggers that you had or have been dealing with. So, for instance, if you don't have a great relationship with your parents, one of your parents or your parents or whatever they might be, and you hear that that person may not have a great relationship with their parent, then automatically you're like, oh, trigger, I don't have. So, is he going to be emotionally ready, for when we blend lives, and I would want him to have a great relationship. That's not healed. That's a trigger for you. That's just an example, but whatever you might be lacking in healing with, you're seeking that in the other person. And so I understand it, I get it, but then also remember you were still seeking that for yourself. So in essence, have you really healed the areas that you need? Honestly, you should be trying to heal those areas that's going to cause the triggers the most. Because there's some healed areas, some unhealed areas that are not, they're still going to take time, but they're not going to affect the relationship. Like they're not going to deeply affect the relationship. There's something that may have happened in your past that could have been like, I don't want to minimize anything, so I'm not going to mention anything, but there's something that may have happened in your past that is still something you're dealing with, but it won't prevent you from getting married, so it's just something you just have to move on, but you have to be transparent with them of this is something that I am working on and I'm still seeking help with that. If you just say, no, I don't, I just, dismissing it, and the other person might think it's really serious for you to actually get help in that area.
Yeah.
So it's also your response in that. So yeah, if you haven't healed in that area, or you might have an issue still with your parent or whatnot, and that person asks, okay, so what's your next steps? The answer means everything, to that. I'm still working on it versus I don't care about them Negroes. That means a whole different thing than.
Yeah. I was also going to say, when you do get together, I think they should be more healed and like not bringing baggage with them.
Yeah.
And what I mean by like baggage, I mean like an actual like past relationship baggage. Like, oh, okay, my ex, I haven't got over her or something. That needs to be healed, because you don't need to have them kind of worries.
I had that too, in a dating the guy. He was engaged before, and he recently, it was about some months had passed, maybe about a year or so had passed, and so but I could tell he was pulling away, and I couldn't figure out why. And then he finally said, you know what, we shouldn't, because I'm still haven't gotten over.
Yeah.
And that was real.
I mean, at least he told you.
Yep. So this is the next one I'm going to ask. So the person who helped me with this question, I'm not going to put her out on blast, but it's something that's been happening with women over time. I've gotten this, put a who man in the comments. I don't even know what to put but
a who man.
Okay. So this is a question for you, because you a man.
Gosh.
Why do men want you to send them pictures of yourself, of myself, I mean, of the women's self? Why do we gotta send pictures, and why do you ask for them?
All right, so right now we in a day and age where the internet is thriving.
The internet is thriving.
That sounds
like you was about.
That sounds a little, but no. What I was explaining before, I was saying that one of the reasons why because I've asked before, and the reasons why
did you ask me?
No, I didn't have to, because you had current up-to-date photos that wasn't at angles. And that was my biggest thing. That's what made me ask. It's like, okay, the conversation is going well. I like the things I'm hearing, but your picture game is trash. So I don't have no way to tell if that's you, because there's some of y'all will take photos with groups of people, and I understand sometimes the insecurities or whatnot. You may think that's the great pic of you with 12 other people. And I can't tell it's you, because every single photo you got up there is with 12 other people. and it's all the same ones. Y'all on some group trip, and that's like 4 photos or something. Like, can I get a photo of just you? And the thing with us men, a lot of times we get to the point where we're fascinated by you. That's the best way I can put it. And we're like, hey, let me get a pic. And I think even if we fully explain it in the most intelligent way and explain why we want to pick, I don't think it will still come out as right.
Because that's what I asked too. I was like, and I don't think we would accept it the same way.
Yeah.
Should you explain it to be like why I need the pic? Because it's blurry in your photo. I can't see you. It still sound, the way it would come off would still sound like predator.
But the thing is, say if y'all, like how we met, say if we met online.
Yeah.
And we ain't met in person. And the only way for me to see you is the profile picture you put up. Now I've seen the other side of the woman's profile, so I understand why it could come off as weird and creepy. One, men can be a little much. So when we be like, oh, let me get a pic, I can understand why you be like, I'm not about to do that because.
Also, what you doing with it? That's the part.
You know what they do? They watching, they looking.
Especially if it's the creepy type.
Oh yeah.
I can understand an intentional guy. Maybe I can understand, kind of deal. And then knowing that helps me understand a little bit more why. But what would you say about, okay, maybe online, but maybe in person? They met in person. They seen how you look.
Yeah.
Why? Is it just because they're still fascinated by you and how men are physical? Visual, I mean.
Definitely visual. Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, during our dating days, maybe I was like, maybe I should ask. But it was more like I want to see more of you, not less on you, but more of you. Because it's like, I seen you in person and everything, and I have you stored up here now.
Yeah.
But now I want to see other updated photos of you.
Right.
I can say other photos because that still sounds creepy.
And that says something too, because say for instance, there's a woman who's not on social media. Like they just don't do social media.
That's one.
Or they don't do online stuff. And so they like, oh, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing to go off of. So, or if you do have a social media, is it nothing updated? And so they're like, I don't know. Or if it's just videos of you, talking, something like that. They don't see everything else. So I can imagine. So I was listening to something and they said they gave tips. It was men who were giving tips to women on what they like to see. It was men saying what they would like to see or what they like to see from women. They were just being open and honest, like who they would click on, who they wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
And what they want to see. And basically they said take 2 headshots, 2 body shots of you. So full body shots, 2 full body shots of yourself. So that means you standing where the camera's far away from you and they can see your full body, because they want to see, okay, how we are, ladies. So up close looks different from far away sometimes.
And that was the biggest hurdle with online dating, because some of y'all can be taking them angle photos and we don't see everything.
It don't.
And the thing is, it's not our business to see everything.
Sure.
But also don't be deceiving.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is.
Yeah, it's deceptive. Just like we get, what is it? Hatfished.
Hatfish. Exactly. Men do too. Like, oh, he got the cap on. It's always down here. And then when you see him in person, it's just like, that man bald.
That man, he could have just said he was bald. You know what I'm saying? And so 2 headshots, 2 full body shots, and 2 doing what you love to do, showing what you love to do. And so if you don't have those, it opens you up a little bit more for prospects when it comes like to that. And if you book a session with me, we'll talk a lot more about dating and clarity and how we can still use some of these methods to attract eligible Christian men that love Jesus.
Now, I will say, as a disclaimer, men, we have to be okay with women saying, I'm not comfortable with that. Do not keep asking. If they're saying, I'm not comfortable with you having
my pictures
on your phone.
Especially if we just met.
Just, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
If that's a major red flag for you men,
then
just keep it moving.
Just keep it moving. Like, there's no right or wrong answer to a lot of these questions nowadays. And I think people are staying on this is the way you should do it.
Yeah.
When it's really what you're comfortable with. And also what you you can handle.
Yeah.
So I can go deeper into that. I'm thinking of something already, but I don't want to go into that. Okay. Hopefully that helped some of you out. What was the last question?
So next question, I'll take this one. Ghost them or tell them why you don't want to continue. I never liked ghosting. It sucks.
Yeah. The old me ghosted.
Terrible.
And I was so okay with ghosting. The old me did. The new me wishes I would have did the why I didn't want to continue route, because I want to help the other single lady out. If I can help this man somewhat understand why we cannot continue, based off of something he did, the approach, a certain matter of communicating, whatever, I want them to know what they possibly could work on if they really truly listen to me, kind of deal. I want to leave off on a good note, knowing that I passed on a tip. And hopefully this can be useful to somebody else you're trying to date. It ain't gonna be with me, because apparently you wasn't consistent when I was trying to get you to be, but I'm told you how you ain't consistent. So now with the next lady, you can try to be consistent. So hopefully y'all booed up and married.
Yeah.
That's my take on that.
Now, I will say, I'm not innocent on it. Although I said I don't like it, I have done it. Just the same as like I told you before, I was a certain person I did not like, but I had to be. And the reason why is because, one, the girl that I did go on dates with, she basically, I instantly felt it. Like I was like, oh, she put like right when she was leaving for the date to get into her car, I was like, she just threw me in the friend zone. She didn't say nothing. She was just, I felt it. And I called her right straight away. I was like, did you put me in the friend zone? She was like, I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I felt it.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what?
This ain't.
Yeah. Well, in my head, I said it didn't work.
Okay. Oh, because you didn't do it.
Because I was like, I'm not about to be. I did tell her, I was like, I'm not about to be in the friend zone. She was like, well, the reason why is because you didn't try nothing. This was like when I was going like full walk with God. I was like, yeah, I told you from the get-go what I was doing. Yeah. I'm not about to try anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, well, if you would try something. The thing is, she first said that she was Christian and going. Oh,
and waiting
right. And then now it's an issue because you want me to try things. I'm like, nah. So she got ghosted.
She got ghosted. And that's
she tried calling. I was just like, nah.
Yeah. And I think it depends too. There's ghosting, there's blocking, because there's some reasons why you would have to block somebody.
Yeah.
Because if they're being annoying. Oh, one thing I wanted to bring up. Ladies, and men, get you your own Google Voice number, so that you won't have to hand out your personal number. And the thing with Google Voice is you could keep changing your number on Google Voice, and it does not matter.
And not your actual phone number, because I've met people that keep changing numbers. I'm getting tired of your number and name being in my phone.
I know somebody who broke up with somebody, several people, and she kept changing her phone number all the time.
Yeah.
And so get you a Google Voice. And that way, when you accept phone calls and even text messages can come through your Google Voice.
Yep.
So you ain't got to, and you can even turn off notifications on that too. So it's a lot of things that you can do on that. That way it keeps you more safe and your number ain't out there like that. And so that's just a tip. But going back to the ghost them or telling you want to continue, I think it's a part of maturity. too.
Yeah.
I think as you mature, you begin to be like, okay, I can be better in this. Now, I'm not saying some people don't deserve that. Some people
I feel
don't
like
deserve it.
try the tell them part, and if they still persistent, because there's some brothers who's very persistent and don't care what you say, then ghost them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll recommend
Tell
ghosting. I don't like ghosting, but go ahead.
Tell them then ghost.
Yeah, tell them, and they tripping, ghost. Just don't put people in friend zones. We can still be friends. No. Why? Let them be. Let them frolic somewhere else.
Let them frolic somewhere else. The whole friends, let's be friends after that. What was I listening to? Oh, I was watching the Jewish matchmaking show. If y'all ain't watched that, that's actually a good little show to watch.
Yeah.
Opened my eyes to a lot of things. But I love watching shows with relationships and dating and stuff. But yeah, she after the end, she told him why, and he was like, so we could just be friends. She was like, you weren't even trying to be my friend to begin with. How would we even try to become friends?
Yeah, we could be friends now because he's looking to do some other things with friends. Yeah.
So whole nother story.
Because it is the same dude that said something after.
Yeah, he did say that.
You want to do some things?
You want to make out. He said you want to make out?
You want to make out?
And I was like, what? I don't even escalate to that.
Okay.
So I don't like you.
You're looking for your other kind of friend.
Yeah.
Nah.
So, anywho, I believe that's the end of our questions. I really appreciate y'all submitting the questions.
Yes.
To us.
Hopefully
Thank you.
we answer good enough for you. If not, put the questions in the thingy.
The thingy.
The comment section.
Yeah.
In the thingy.
Yeah, and we love y'all. We will be back. I believe normally we start back up in late February.
Springtime.
In the springtime, yeah. Well, it ain't February in the spring. It ain't spring in the February.
Springtime.
Okay. We'll be in February back. So we're gonna be working behind the scenes. Again, if you want to be a guest on our show, please hit us up because we're going to be starting to make some schedules soon so we can get y'all episodes recorded for the next season.
Okay.
Anyway.
For y'all listening, she was doing the shuffle.
I was doing the shuffle. But y'all enjoy your holiday break. Enjoy. Oh, and Happy New Year, early Happy New Year.
Yep. That's why I got my daddy clause because it's,
Christmas, not New Year. But anyway, Happy New Year, happy 2024. Make those plans, get those goals popping, and I can't wait to see y'all.
Everybody about to hit the gym and be right out of the gym.
Yep. Everybody gonna be fasting.
Yep,
so go ahead, get ready for fasting.
Fast time.
Season.
Yep. 21 days.
Y'all do that. Come on.
Go ahead and eat your food and everything. Hit that fast. All right. Well, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience and from listening. We're international. If you're international, listen to us, put something in the comments. Ghana.
Listen, we hear you. We want to hear from y'all. We might have to do some call-ins, some voice call-ins and get them in here.
That's going to be crazy.
I'm love that.
It's going to be crazy.
All right. But anyway, we love y'all. This has been When Marriage
and Purpose
Collide.
The podcast.
We out.
Peace. Thank you for tuning into When Marriage and Purpose Collide podcast.
Click on the link in the description to learn a little more about us. Subscribe and send a review on your takeaways or any new insight you have gained in this episode.
See you back here for our next episode. Peace.